Hi again, Cheryl Heaster here from the Literacy and Learning Success Centers. Part of lifelong learning includes expanding our skills in all aspects of life. And because today is a celebration of the match pairs of students and tutors and the match pairs of teachers and learners, we wanted to tell you a little bit about Chef Ed Diller of the Gypsy Kitchen and the work he's been doing here with our students. Just before the pandemic, Ed began teaching a culinary arts class to a select number of students who, upon completion, were able to secure jobs in restaurants. At the end of the class, they got a ServSafe certificate and they were able to find good jobs in the restaurant industry. Unfortunately, the pandemic has had a serious impact on so many of our adult learners and the restaurant industry. So today, we really want to give a big shout out to Lancaster County's restaurants, and especially those who have for many years supported the Literacy and Learning Success Centers. Chef Ed Diller and the Gypsy Kitchen is certainly one of those restaurants who has supported us through the years. Each year, the Gypsy Kitchen has been at an evening of match pairs serving delicious food to our guests. And now he's working with our students to help them achieve success through lifelong learning. Chef Ed is going to teach you a little trick now about how to use a chicken. So please enjoy this segment with Chef Ed Diller, and please support the Gypsy Kitchen. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ed Diller. I run Gypsy Kitchen Catering. I started Jethro's Restaurant in 1978. Worked in New York City for a while, came back, sold real estate for 30 years. Then I opened Gypsy Kitchen at the seminary, and that's closed now. We're working on a project in York, the York Marketplace. That could be next, that will be next probably. But today I want to talk about the Literacy Council. When I went to New York, I became a big fan of immigrant labor because I wound up in a kitchen where I was in charge of a kitchen that was entirely Chinese. I didn't speak Chinese, they didn't speak English. I thought, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? But there was one guy that spoke both languages, and he solved every problem we had. If I wanted the garlic chopped finer, I told Stevie, hey, I got to have garlic chopped finer, and the next day the garlic would be chopped finer, there'd be a new guy there. And we all had a really good time. The Chinese people just loved to work. And when I was working in New York, I worked in 6 different restaurants. They all had different immigrants. There was a Thai kitchen, there was a kitchen from Peru, there was a Mexican kitchen. I was working for the same organization in different places all the time. And when I was at the seminary, I had a husband and wife who were from Myanmar. And they worked very hard for me over there. It was a pleasure working with them. I'm supposed to be boning a chicken too, but I'm talking about how wonderful it is. I taught classes here at the Literacy Council until the middle of March when the coronavirus struck. We had a class of 6 people. The memory I have is that after one class, I packed up, we're putting everything in the car. Everybody had gone except for one person who went out in the hall, found a closet with a broom in it, and came back in and swept the floor, which was kind of amazing because I'm not, you're not used to that working here. So, well, let me try to bone this chicken. You can buy a chicken for 99 cents a pound in several different markets in Lancaster. Half of this chicken, the weight of this chicken will be meat that's usable. And then you'll have the bones, and you can make like 4 quarts of stock with these bones. So here's the chicken wing. Cut a lot of it off with the breast there, so you get a nice chunk of meat. I'm going to cut off this little part. Goes in the stock pot. Do the other one. Slice down there. Nice big chunk of meat. Slice off this part. Take off the leg. And there's a cute little knob here in the back. Don't want to miss that. Click around that. Break this off. Cut down there. Oops, put that over there. Another one over here. So I would encourage you to think about the Literacy Council. It's a wonderful opportunity. I'm a huge fan, as I said before. And I'm cutting down the back. Split it open. Got a liver in there. It's a bonus. You slice down the middle. Break this open. Pull that out. And I'm going to slice this down. So we have a shortage of immigrants here for restaurant help. I've been looking for them, but if you know any, send them to me. I'll give them a job. I worked with when I was at Jethro's, I worked with a F&M student. He came in and was drinking martinis, and he said to me, he said, "Hey, if I'm going to drink any more martinis here, I'm going to need some more money. Do you have any jobs available?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "You can work in the kitchen help." His name was Rahul Akirkar. He was, his father was from India, his mother was from the United States. And I asked him, he was very enthusiastic, really good worker. I asked him one time if he'd like to cook an Indian dinner for us. He was very enthusiastic. He said, yeah, he wrote up the menu. He made the menu himself. He had it printed. He sat on a table and played the sitar during dinner. We had bags of white stuffed cheese dripping into the sink in the kitchen. It was all Indian food. It was a huge success. People still remember that. And I ran into Rahul Akirkar was his name. I ran into Rahul in New York City. We were both working there at the same time. And he had decided, well, when he went back to India, he opened a restaurant, and he was just voted best new restaurant in India. So Rahul became a famous restaurateur in India. He was just written up as the best new restaurant in India. His daughter went to F&M, so I got to see him again when I was at the seminary. He came in for dinner, and I remember I said, boy, I can't get used to having employees again. And he said, I have 1,000 of them at that point. He was part of a really big operation, but now he has one fine restaurant called Qualia, and his first cooking job was at Jethro's in Lancaster. So I'm very proud of that. So I'm going to cook this chicken up. I'm going to split this into parts. So we got 2 legs, 2 thighs, 2 breasts, 2 wings with the breast meat on there. I think that's easily 3 meals for 2 people, 6 meals altogether. And then we have the stock. So we have bones in there. So we're gonna roughly slice the onion. Skin and everything goes in there, and there's some parsley. Got some thyme. You can throw that in there. Celery. Carrots. Not the liver. I'm not going to put the liver in there. So we've got that in there. We put some water in there, and you got your soup. Cook it for 45 minutes, an hour maybe, slowly. So you've got 6 meals and 4 quarts of soup probably add $1 worth of other ingredients to make the soup. It's a great deal. Thanks for tuning in during the Extra Give, and thanks for your support for the Literacy Council.